So thanks for Balu sir for inviting for the session on pre-incubation and incubation. So happy to appreciate with Pavi Engineering College for giving a session on this topic to the students of chemical, food, biotech students. So by and large, number 1 hour. So till 3:30 or 3:45 we can go, right, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So another 1 hour we will dwell upon what is innovation, entrepreneurship, and then what is startup, and then we'll go for pre-incubation and incubation support. Then what are the ecosystems available within state and within the India, abroad too. அடுத்தது வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா who are the agencies who supports startup that too from idea stage to startup stage அப்படிங்கிறதெல்லாம் பார்க்கலாம். அடுத்தது ஃபண்டிங் அசிஸ்டன்ஸ் யார் யார் எவ்வளோ கொடுப்பாங்க அப்படிங்கிறது. ஸோ ஹவு ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் being in the campus can leverage the facilities within the college or other colleges or incubation centers to dream out to your ideas to start up அப்படிங்கிறதும் பார்க்கலாம் with examples across various campuses so that it will be inspiring you. அப்புறம் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நீங்கள் how you can graduate அப்படிங்கிறதும் பார்க்கலாம். ஏன்னா வெறும் டிகிரி வாங்கிட்டு போகாமல் how you can graduate yourself அப்படிங்கிறது will highlight in this presentation. So ஸ்லைடில் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு 3 வேர்டு தெரியுது. I hope everybody is able to see it, right? தெரியுதுங்களா? So there is a 3 word businessman, industrialist, entrepreneur. So anybody can say, just switch on your mic and say who can be the business person. அல்லது some personality you can name it. கொஞ்சம் பண்ணீங்கன்னா நல்லா இருக்கும். ஏன்னா நான் வரும் டிவியோ ஸ்க்ரீனை பார்த்துட்டு பேசுறது ரொம்ப இதாக இருக்கும். ஸோ யாராவது ஆன் பண்ணி who can be a business person or whom you think that he is a right person as a businessman. Industrialistனா யாருன்னு சொல்லுங்க. somebody யாராவது ஒருத்தர் சொல்லுங்க பார்க்கலாம். பிசினஸ்மேன்னா யாரை சொல்லலாம்? அன்மியூட் பண்ணி ஒருத்தர் சொல்லுங்க. யாராவது ஒருத்தர் டப்புன்னு சொன்னீங்கன்னா பரவாயில்ல. somebody can say businessman யாரு அல்லது இந்த personality.
Businessman is who fulfill the people's demand through hard work and they earn money, sir.
Okay, example னு சொன்னா யாரை சொல்லலாம்? கண்ணன் சார் சொல்லலாமா இல்ல உங்க பேர் குட் நேம் உங்களே சொல்லலாமா?
Sir, Ratan Tata is a good example for a good person, sir.
எதுக்கு?
Ratan Tata.
எதுக்கு? இது business person, இண்டஸ்ட்ரியலா, என்டர்பிரனரா? business person க்கு வச்சுக்கலாமா? ஓகே, வேற யாராவது known personality சொல்லுங்க பார்க்கலாம். Okay, I think it will drag the time. I'll go to the next slide. Okay, so இதுல வந்து ஒரு 3 figures தெரியுதா? So business person னா யாரை போட்டுருக்கோம்? அம்பானி போட்டுருக்கோம். Why அப்படிங்கிறது see in the next slideங்க. Industrialistனா டாடா.
Excuse me, sir. Kanan sir.
Sir சொல்லுங்க.
Kanan sir. So mostly, so we want in English. So since it is IIC recording, so
okay, sir. No problem.
So you can be better. You can be with English.
No problem. No problem. So there is other person, Ratan Tata, as an industrialist, and then the last one is Elon Musk as an entrepreneur. Why? We'll see it in the next slide. Okay. So why? Because these are the reasons. Okay. And a business or businessman will do activity which is non-conventional. For conventional, normally a conventional one which has just a profit as a idea. Okay. So you can say from grocery stores. Okay. Example we can take it as Geo. Everybody has Geo network, right? So it's an existing business but profit minded. No, there will be an enormous competition. It will be a low risk because everybody does it, right? So grocery shop, petty shop you can open. That's a business. That's a trading, just a trading. Okay. Industrialist or industry we used to say where the things are happening. Okay, making of things which caters to somebody's need. Okay, it's not in direct way. It will be an indirect way. Example we can say Tata Steel. Steel is not directly produced and consumed by the customer, right? So it's produced in somewhere elsewhere, and then it's shipped to various dealers, then it goes to customer. So here, making of things happens in the industry. So those are a little bit of new things, but more medium size, medium risky business. Okay, so those are called industries, and those people who does it called industrialist. Whereas entrepreneur are the people who are new to things. Everything is new. Okay, Elon Musk, he does space rocket, right? SpaceX. It's a new to the space world. Other than the government, none has done it, right? And it's because why he does. He says in an interview that in another 30, 50 years, maybe 100 years, Earth will not be a place to live because temperature will rise, seawater will rise, pollution will be there. So we have to find somewhere, some planet or some other place to live. So he is looking at the future way beyond our imagination, and he works on it. So he wants to change something and something which is not done by everybody. So there is no competition in it, but it is highly risky business. Why? He bets on his whole wealth, billions of dollars of his own asset. He bets for that dream. Okay, that's the difference. So something new which somebody has not done or somebody is in line to doing it, those activities are called entrepreneurship, and then they are called entrepreneur. But nowadays we don't see the word commonly used. Okay, so next we'll see entrepreneurship. So what does entrepreneurs does? They work for something new, so they struggle, right? Initial days they struggle a lot. Elon Musk is one example. He started nearly about 30 years back. His dream of doing, okay, what is like we say Paytm, right? It's online payment. So he done PayPal. 93, I think, if I'm right. 30 years before, he started it in the US, web-based payment options. Now we are talking about UPI, VMAP, everything online on a touch with four pin. You can transfer anywhere to the world, right? So that's the hardship which everybody experience in the initial days to do the new things. So similarly, I think the one person on in the screen is known to few, I think. He's called Arunachala Muruganathan. He is a social entrepreneur known across India, and he is a Padma Shri awardee. So he belongs to our Coimbatore region. Okay, so he does a small machine which is used to make sanitary pad. That's his innovation. That's innovation is the machine which can have make a pad out of 4 or 5 process distributed machines, which is not single machine. It has a 4 or 5 module of machines. Through the process, they can make a pad. That's his invention, innovation. So he sells that at a cost of 5 lakhs or so to various self-help group who are woman-led self-help group across India and across the world. Nearly about 120 countries he is exporting. So those people make the pad by themselves and distribute to the local community. So it's a daily usable thing which has to have been a hygienic, which should be cost effective to people of the poorest. So he does that. In doing so, he got this Padma Shri award for the social cause. Okay, this is called social entrepreneurship. It's called impact at the bottom of the pyramid. Okay, we'll just listen to a video what he says about.
I'm sure that you're a role model for us.
Sir, is visible and audio okay?
Yes, sir.
Others. How do you think about passing that along? You've given us some of the lessons and the pearls you've used along the way. Do others come to you for advice or counsel as to how to be a successful innovator themselves? And how do you think about teaching others to be able to do what you've accomplished?
In my perspective, the educated people across the globe, they are using their education.
Audio is not clear.
I think this audio is little bit not a little bit of low voice. Just listen, try to listen.
See, I'm classifying the whole world of people into three: uneducated, little educated, surplus educated. Okay, that's what we are studying. See, with the little education, if a person is able to do it, so what you are going to do with the surplus education? So that's what is happening. The moment you come out from any institute, you are looking for opportunity. That's what a student is happening everywhere. There is no opportunity for 8 billion people around the globe. So what I'm teaching for my younger generation, where I'm going for a guest lecture. Now this school dropout is a guest lecturer, including for your Harvard. I spoken of Harvard in Stanford. So what I'm teaching them, don't look for an opportunity. It is not lying anywhere in open. So now opportunities are lying in the form of problems. So took a problem, address with your surplus knowledge, come out the solution, become a solution provider. So there is a space for every citizen if you try to become a solution provider. So don't look for opportunity. Don't use your education just to survive. Use your education to something transform the world, to do innovative. That's all.
That's beautifully said.
So hope there were maybe some low noise in the video, but I hope everybody understand what he says. So he says, look for problems to solve. That's an opportunity. கேக்குதுங்களா?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what he says is, don't look for opportunity. The opportunity lies in the form of problem. That's a takeaway from the video. Okay. So being an engineering students, we have to work a lot on the problem to get solved. So those solution will enable you to be an entrepreneur. Later it can be of large industries, or it can be spinned off to as a business. Okay. So that there can be a number of franchise, so that you can sell your product across the globe. Okay. So that's the takeaway from the audio, what he said. So another word you might have come across, I think everybody is in part of IIC, Institute Innovation Council, or EMDC cell, or you might have come across anywhere in the presentation or in the project. So they may ask for invention or innovation. So here we talk more on innovation, not on invention, which is the R&D part. The outcome of R&D, which we leverage for solving the problem, is innovation. So innovation can be of three types. Okay. Device, it can be a device, small product, or it can be a process, or it can be a service. Okay. Device, you can say mobile phone. Process, it's in mostly in the industry it will happen. Service will be an example of e-commerce site. Okay. Whatever the e-commerce site, we can say example, best example as a service, or Zomato, Swiggy, and then Flipkart, whatever. Those are all service, innovation in service. Okay. So the new idea of three kind has to solve something. Okay. Something is, it has to solve some need. Okay. So it can be of new thing, new need, or it can be unarticulated need, which can't be said, or somebody might not be in position to express, but you have to find it their need. Or it can be of existing market la irukkiradhukku, you can give an enhanced version of solution, so that incremental innovation happens, so that they benefit out of. It can be of three types of needs. Okay. So we have a small video, we'll just listen to it. You can see what is the innovation in it. Okay.
So many plastic bags. Why can't someone do something about it?
Urbanization is the problem. Nothing can be done about this traffic. I went to Europe recently. Why can't India be that clean?
Poverty isn't the real issue.
Garden city is now the town.
Why care about villages that are lacking water? The cities don't have water. There are those who make a noise. And then there are those who make the change the world needs.
So what do you think there is an, what is the innovation in this video? Anybody? இதுல என்ன ப்ராப்ளம், என்ன சொல்யூஷன்? யாரோ ஒருத்தர்? 10? Anyone? Hello? யாராவது இருக்கீங்களா? இதுல என்ன இன்னோவேஷன் நினைக்கிறீங்க in this video? Hello? So there is a water, okay? There is no electricity. That's a problem. So they are trying to pump out water using the known means. Okay, these are gaming one. Another hand pumps, which is used long before in the motors pump sets came in. Okay, hand pumps. So those principle is coupled together to pump out water to solve the electricity problem. That's the innovation. Okay, that's simple. It can be of that simple as innovation. So another thing is when we are screening ideas or when we are assessing the ideas, we used to look into three things, okay, which we will ask more often. Okay, the purpose or desirability of the solution. Okay, whatever you propose, what is the need or purpose for this solution? We have to know more on it. So desirability determines the success of the product. Okay, if there is no need, if you develop a solution thinking that that's the problem and then this is the solution, if somebody doesn't wants it or nobody cares about it, then there is no use. So desirability with the purpose has to be there. Okay, another thing is feasibility, which we used to say possibility of anything, whatever you dream of or whatever you think is creative. So we used to say, can it be done? Okay, whatever the purpose can, maybe you may think of some solution. Can that solution be created? Okay, so technology, science plays a key role in feasibility. Okay, if you want to take a phone, the 5G example, if you want to screen the video movie, the phone, then the 5G system technology enables that possible. Okay, so those things is very much important when you are driving the solution for a problem. You can't think wild creativity and then it should not be a unfeasible thing. Okay, so whenever you come up with a solution to a problem, think in this line: can existing technology or science can enable you to solve that problem? If it is, then you can go ahead. If not, then we have to go for R&D inventions or the technology updation or science revolution to happen that. Okay, another thing is viability, which is the latter part of any innovation. Okay, if we say during incubation period, we used to say viability, whereas in pre-incubation period, we used to say desirability and feasibility is very much important. But viability is very much important if you are thinking of an enterprise business of your solution to grow. Okay, so sustainability is nothing but a profit out of those business or the enterprise. So it has to be sold to many. Okay, and there should be less expense than the revenue. So there will comes the profit. So long run, you have to make it profit to sustain yourself. These are the three things which we assess, or we not we, anybody assess on the innovations. While you are going for any presentation, while you are going for any fundraise, those things are very much important. Okay. So screen lo onu paakalam. I think everybody can visualize it. Cycle Maria. As we are know the cycle, so it seems like cycle, but cycle has to roll around, right? It can, if you pedal hard, then there is a chance for moving, but it's very, very hard. It's not that much easy or feasible to do it. Okay. So whenever you think of creativity, you have to think of utility, okay, usability. Whenever the solution comes in, you may think crazily the solution, but it has to applicable or usable. So here the cycle doesn't solve that problem. Okay, it's not usable. It can be showpiece, which can be kept in the cupboard, wardrobe, elsewhere, but it can't be used to move around. Okay, that's the value of any creativity. If you have utility in it, if not, then it's idle. Okay. And also another thing is you have to get the customer experience for any solution. So customer experience, somebody has to have the problem, then you have to give a solution. Those are the people called customers. If you think your own, they may be the customer, and if you evolve your own solution, thinking that the problem, then when you reach to the customer, they may say it's not what I expected, and it doesn't solve my problem, or it's not ease my problem and usability also. Then everything goes in vain. Okay, so what you should do with your idea is problem and the solution. You have to go and discuss with the user whom you think has the problem. Okay. Another thing is like innovation doesn't mean that you have to have technology and science in it. It can be of simple by nature. Okay, if you put together something simple and make it the mechanism work, then it's also called innovation. So nowadays everybody used to say I have AI in it, I have machine learning, I have VR, AR, whatever the buzzwords which comes in the industry. Everybody used to say I have that. So that's innovation. Doesn't mean that. So you can be as simple as simple. I think you can see a video in it. This is simple form. There is a water flow. Somebody thought about the flow of water can be mechanized, used to pump water out. Okay. So the current, water flow current is used to propel the wheel, which has the water out to a container, and then it goes through pipe. That's simple. There is no external input. Everything is in nature. So this can be of simple. Nowadays we use pumps with electricity to pump out water. Okay. Another thing is whenever you think of good ideas, you have to think on the pollution and the environment. Okay. Now everybody talks about circular economy. Okay. So it's a buzzword. It has huge interest in it. Everybody pumps in money. Funding is available for that. We have good circular idea. So you have to think everybody has to think in line to waste and pollution whenever you think of solutions or a product. Okay. Another small innovation here, when you talk about pollution or environment, everybody throws out like water bottle or papers, everything somewhere. Okay, nobody puts it in the bin. So some startup from Coimbatore had evolved a bin, waste bin called a meta bin. Okay, what does it do is like it collects PET bottles, okay, water bottles or whatever the plastic bottles, okay, into a container through some AI or they use technology called blockchain to trace out where it is generated, where it goes to recycle. So they have backend, they have blockchain, the technology which now everybody talks about, but it's easily they have done it. I think we can see a video, and everybody throws out some waste picker picks it up and they sell for it, but dignity on collecting the waste is highly not welcome. Okay, so everybody throws it at zero cost, but somebody who picks up with a good quality of water bottle, they can earn a lot. See, we can say 20 rupees per kg they are paying for any PET bottles, because hope somebody might have watched the TV recently. Our PM have weared PET bottle jacket made of PET bottle from Karur industry. Okay, so with 20 bottles of water bottle, a liter bottle, you can make a one perfect overcoat. Okay, that's how the circular economy or waste to wealth happens nowadays. So this is how we throw normally into a dustbin, but here the meta bin collects in such a way in the right side only PET bottles with the rewards. Okay, we'll see a video how that happens. So this is called metabin. அதில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா மேலே ஒரு QR code or barcode scanner இருக்கு, which scans the bottle's barcode, which has its data as for used for blockchain technology to trace out the origin of the waste to the recycling bin. Okay, and also those water bottle who manufacture can claim the credit because everybody nowadays has to recycle equal amount of whatever the plastic they put it into the product. They have to recycle. This is mandated by the government. So this can be used by those companies to trace it out where the bottle consumed, where it is being dumped, and then it goes for recycling. So for this, using QR code, I think you can see it in the top. It's a QR code which you can scan and get the rewards through GPay. So particular number of bottles they will pay for it. Okay, so the waste picker gets amount for the what they done. This is how the technology also can be used. Okay, whatever the blockchain, the latest technology which we speaks about. This is one form of innovation. Okay, in the waste management. Another word now we have seen innovation, entrepreneurship. Then now we talk about startups. I hope everybody comes across this word startup in one way or the other, either news, social media, share. Okay, so what does startup mean? Okay, so any innovation, okay, innovative product or service or process, whatever may be, okay, those innovation which has scalability and business viability is called startup. Okay, so here the innovation is collecting the waste water bottle in such a way it can be traced back. Another is everywhere everybody throws out. Okay, so the meta bin can be placed everywhere within your college campus. You need hundreds of bins to trace it out. So that's the scalability. Since they pay per kg 20 rupees, they can sell also to waste recyclers. So that's how the business comes in, buying and selling. So that's the business viability comes into play. Number of bins increases, number of water bottle collected increases, then they can sell it at a higher prices or large volume of business. That's the viability of any business. So those type of any idea which has scalability and business model, those are called startups. Okay. So here you can say Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram are called once a startup, not now. They are grown. Okay. So there is another startup which is relevant to your chemical technologies. Okay, Bosch and Whitewater, they recycle wastewaters. Okay, this is one good example which has a scale. Whatever the wastewater comes out of any apartments, households, hotels, they can recycle and make it as a drinkable one. I had a chance to visit their development center at IIM Bangalore. So I had a chance to drink a couple of water bottles. So very good quality. He belongs to Karur. studied in UK and worked in UK, came back to India and started working on this technology, membrane technology, and now they recycle a lot of household water and pumps out back to the rivers and things, good quality of water, and also enables them to make it as a water drinkable and used for planting everything. Okay, you have good video. I'm not sure. Okay, we'll move on. There is a book called Crossing the Chasm. Whenever you think of good product-based, technology-based product as a solution, then you have to read this, because here the early market will be very less. Once your product is adapted to the market, then your whole market opens up. This is where we used to say there is a chasm between. It's a valley of death, where your product has to meet the market need so that you can scale large. Another good example of any innovative idea, everybody knows about biogas, which is age-old, decade-old, few decades old gas generation, methane gas generation. So now a startup called Carbon Master bottles it up and sells to hotels and elsewhere. So those biogas as a methane is bottled and, in a container, and then the waste out of those bio waste process is sold as a fertilizer to agriculture farms. This happens in Bangalore. This is one good example of environmental friendly or waste to wealth creation startup. Another one is a similar kind where this biomethane gas is monitored using IoT device. Now everybody talks about carbon credit trading. So these guys monitor those biomethane gas consumptions and productions, and they have a dashboard which is used to monitor the biogas utilization in production and converts that into carbon credit and sells it elsewhere. Whoever pollutes has to buy those credits to offset their pollution points. So this is how this business model also works. This is another startup from Bangalore who has office at the UK. This is the same startup works in with Amul, where they can back it methane gas and take it to the nearby hotels to use it for cooking. So do see the scale everywhere. We have cow and biomethane gas generations in various forms. Even household waste can be used to generate biomethane gas, and then it can be shipped to elsewhere. If you want to, you can consume it, you can sell it. This is a direct benefit, and the another indirect benefit is carbon credit out of this generation, which you can also sell it. It's a byproduct for this, a byproduct income for the biomethane gas. So this is also an innovative way of doing business. So this is done at Ahmedabad, Gujarat. So here we have seen the innovation startups. What does startup mean? And small example of it. So being in students, how you can be an entrepreneurial innovator or a startup founder. So everybody has not one or two ideas. Everybody has dozens of ideas, but how many have started working on it is a question mark. Yes, very. See something, we'll come up with an idea that's a solution for that problem, and we'll just dream of and we'll go off. We will not start working on it to execute it. So the key lies where any successful startups venture is like execution. So you have to start working on that at lab level, and then even you can reach to any nearby incubation centers or any R&D centers to execute those ideas, validate those ideas, so that that idea evolves as a startup. Okay, so here you can see a video by a person known.
People working anywhere in the world, born anywhere in the world, can create a product and make it available to anyone in the world. The most used messaging app in Southeast Asia was built by a young man born in Ukraine who moved to the US. And the three most popular viral games in the US in recent years came from entrepreneurs in Finland, Ireland, and Vietnam. You're the ones building the next Google, the next Spotify, the next Tesla, the next, well, we don't even know. But what I know is it's the idea that matters. It didn't matter where you come from or what your background is. One revolutionary idea, one brilliant invention, and unleash other entrepreneurs to revolutionize industries in ways never before. People working anywhere in the world.
So here Sundar Pichai says three things. One is like the messaging app is what he talks about is WhatsApp. It's been done by a person who migrated from Ukraine to US due to the war situation early in 90s. Then he struggled a lot in US. Then he studied in
Sir, you are muted, sir.
கேக்குதுங்களா? சாரி, எவ்வளவு நேரமா மியூட் இருக்கு? Hello. So here, yeah, here you will see a video.
Let me tell you a secret. Ideas don't come out fully formed. They only become clear as you work on them. You just have to get started. If I had to know everything about connecting people before I got started, I never would have built Facebook. I remember that night I launched Facebook from that little dorm in Kirkland House. I went to Dokes with my friend KX, and I remember telling him clearly that I was excited to help connect the Harvard community, but one day someone would connect the whole world. The thing is, it never even occurred to me that someone might be us. But this idea was so clear to us that all people want to connect. So we just kept working on it, day after day after day. And I know that a lot of you are going to have your own stories just like this. Let me tell you.
So as he said, idea doesn't come perfect on day one. It has to be evolved over a period. And also he doesn't thought that he is going to connect everybody in the world, but he does, right? Facebook connects everybody now, WhatsApp and Facebooks. And also he said the purpose is like everybody wants to get connected. That's the purpose. Okay, for Facebook the purpose is everybody wants to get connected. So he evolved with the Facebook at his college classroom, and then to his college level, then to the city, and then to across United States, and then across the world. That's how the WhatsApp Facebook has evolved. So everybody, if you think of any idea, okay, just start executing it at your classroom level, start at your lab, work on it, whatever. Hello, Balu sir. Balu sir. Hello.
Yes, sir.
பாலு சார் இருக்காரா? அந்த யாரோ ஆன் பண்ணிட்டு இது பண்றாங்கல்ல, அதை கொஞ்சம் மியூட் பண்ணி விட முடியுமா?
எஸ் சார், நாங்கள் சொல்கிறோம் சார்.
ஓகே. ஸோ நம்ம முன்னாடி பேசின மாதிரி ஃபார் எனி சொல்யூஷன் யூ ஹேவ் டு டிஸ்கஸ் வித் கஸ்டமர். ஸோ யூ ஹேவ் டு கெட் அவுட் ஆஃப் த பில்டிங், ஆஃபீஸோ கிளாஸ் ரூம் அவுட்டு, யார் கஸ்டமர் நினைக்கிறீங்களோ யூ ஹேவ் டு ரீச் டு தெம் ஸோ தட் த பெயின் ஆஃப் தோஸ் ஆர் த ப்ராப்ளம் யூ கேன் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் டைரக்ட்லி. ஸோ வி ஹாவ் ஸ்மால் வீடியோ ஆஃப் இட். எவ்வளோ தூரம் மிஸ்கம்யூனிகேஷன் மிஸ் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங் ஆகுங்கிறதுக்கு ஒரு சின்ன வீடியோ. ஸோ இதுதான் இஃப் யூ அஸ்யூம் யுவர் செல்ஃப், அசம்ஷனை வேலிடேட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு தான் நம்ம போய் கஸ்டமர்கிட்ட பேசணும்னு சொல்கிறோம். ஸோ இஃப் யூ அஸ்யூம் யுவர் செல்ஃப் தென் திஸ் drawing will show you what everybody miscommunicate or misunderstand. So if you don't go to the customer whom you think they have the problem or there is a need for them, there is a need for solution, go and talk. If not, then the assumption may get invalid. Or if you assume, go and talk to them, validate the assumption, is it right or not, then start working on the solution. That's how everybody has to work on. Okay. So here again the first step. So one such example in our campus, Mr. Karthikeyan, who is belongs to EEE department of 2013 or 14. He had a chance to work with small company, not small company, a big company who manufactures jewelries in Coimbatore. He went for small solution to the small problem. Later he got a chance to work on a very big problem. It's like pin stuck in the jewelry while polishing. So he invented this machine, which is first of its kind, patented. Okay, this is the first or second version of the product, which detects the foreign particles, like say virus particle pin within the jewelry, which is normally inspected by human beings, which involves too many people working on that. In spite of that, human process has an error, or everybody may miss some things. So quality assurance is little bit lagging in the manual process. So the customer wanted a machine which can detect it and then say to the people so that the people can remove it exactly. So manpower reduces. So he invented this machine, patented it. He sold across India and even few abroad countries. Now this small idea germinated, and now he has his own space in Coimbatore, employs about 50 plus faculty staffs. He does another product which is also relevant to jewelry and e-com base, and he has a good turnover about around few crores. How this started when he was studying in the campus. He came to TBI for discussing ideas about spray painting, spray dyeing, because he is from Tirupur. He's seen the pollution in the nearby places, so he wanted to change those dyeing process by way of spraying. Since it is not feasible, as we seen, that purpose is good, but the feasibility of dyeing is not possible that time. So he couldn't continue. Then he went for placement, and then he gone for 2 years of work. Then he came back, started working on that, and then 2016-17 he invented this machine. This innovation solves too many problems at jewelry level. Okay, this is one good example who started thinking on entrepreneurship while he was in the college, but he learned a lot, enhanced his skills due to various during his studies through various events and programs. which had given him hand while he started working on the project. So there are good examples across India, and also these are the few examples. One is students called Gohul Srinivasan, who came out from Karpagam College in 2015. He is one among the few handful high deep tech startups working on energy. Okay. So another startup from VIT, they devised a small diagnostic device, which you can see it in the screen, used to identify glaucoma, eye disease, which is normally traditionally done with a big and large scale machines, where people or the patient has to go to clinic to get tested, and it is a time consuming and tedious process. This guy started working on this idea when he was studying in VIT college. During his second year, third year, he used to visit Aravind High Hospital in Pondicherry during his vacations. He started observing the problem or the process involved in identifying glaucoma. Then he evolved with a solution which solves those problems or those tedious works with small VR glass. Okay, that's how his innovation came out to the market. Now he sells across India, and that too, doctors are doing the marketing part because that is a comfortable product which helps the doctors to identify glaucoma or disease at early stages. Another startups into IT, the TapChief, the company which is no more because it's been acquired by another company. This guy Sashank Murali started during his college days in 2016. These are few examples in various fields. Okay. Once they graduate, they started working full time, and they raised enormous funding also. Everybody, okay, and then the startup has grown. You can Google it and search the stories. So again, here you can see there is one problem, but the perspective of looking into or addressing those problems differs. So everybody, if you say water, everybody thinks that water, there is a scarcity of water, there is a pollution in the water, it's not drinkable. Such a way we can think of. So solution also differs such a way. If you think there is no water, then you have to generate water. If you think there is a water pollution in it, you have to purify it. Okay, that's how everybody thinks and evolved. So here is an engineering graduate from Canada, deep in rural area, evolved a small nano filter where students in those villages are very rural, interior villages. They used to drink pond water, which is polluted or dirty. So using this nano filter, they can put it in the water bottle where they squeeze it and they can drink. So this is different type of solution. There is a guy from Hyderabad, engineering guy, who thought about there is a scarcity for water. So he started generating water from air. So this is small 3D printed device which proves his possibility. There is another conventional way. If you save water, rainwater, then you can have enormous of water which will last for a year also. We have good storage capacity. And there is a new products comes in filtering out the rainwaters, storing waters, those type of small mini products. Okay. The another thing is air. Everybody thinks air is polluted. So somebody thought that a guy from Bangalore who studied in MIT thought that there is a carbon in it. So why can't we extract the carbon used for painting or such use? So he developed the ink out of the polluted air. Okay. Then he sells those to artists, where this ink drawn paintings are sold at premium costs. Another guy from IIT, his mother has asthma issue in Delhi. I think everybody is know about that. There is a air pollution highly in Delhi. So he evolved with a small nano filter, which can be used and thrown in sense that it's easy and use and throw. So 10 rupees or so for a small filter of such kind, which can be consumed daily and it been dumped. It's a nano filter, textile based, so it can be dumped so that it gets biodegraded. Okay. another guy, but in US, Indian, this is from IIT, sorry, IIT from IIT Madras. They developed a small air filter to have it in the classroom or in office room or home, such a kind, so that the air within the buildings get purified. Okay, this is one. Another one, Indian at US developed a similar kind of product, but using, say, different technology. So this is how, yeah, problem can be addressed in different perspective, and depends upon the person who thought solution can be done, and their skill and knowledge gives a way of solutions. Okay, so everybody can think in different way and evolve solutions.
Sir, you are muted, sir.
So how long it's been in mute? I think it's getting junkled. I don't know how that happens. ரொம்ப நேரமா இல்லைங்களா மியூட்ல இருக்கா?
சார் அந்த ஆஸ்மா பேஷண்ட்டுக்கு ஹைதராபாத் ஸ்டூடெண்ட் கண்டுபிடிச்ச ட்ரக் அதுல அதற்கு கிடைச்சு சார்.
எதுல இருந்துங்க?
ஆஸ்மா பேஷண்ட்ஸ்க்கு நானோ கண்டுபிடிச்சேன்.
ஓகே ஓகே, அதுல இருந்து இருக்குங்களா? ஓகே, சாரி, அது மாதிரி இருந்தா கொஞ்சம் சொல்லுங்க. ஏன்னா ஐ டோன்ட் நோ எப்படி ஏதாவதுன்னு. ஓகே, நான் கொஞ்சம் பின்னாடி போய் வரேன்.
சார் இந்த ஹைதராபாத் ஸ்டூடெண்டோட அந்த இன்வென்ஷன் நேம் சொல்லுங்க சார்.
எதுமா?
அந்த ஹைதராபாத் ஸ்டூடெண்ட் வந்து அவங்க ஆஸ்மா பேஷண்ட்க்கு நானோ ட்ரக்னு ஏதோ சொன்னீங்கல்ல சார்.
இப்போ ஸ்லைடு தெரியுது இல்லைங்க? அந்த வீடியோ பிரசன்டேஷன் தெரியுது இல்ல
சார்? நோ சார், அந்த
பிரசன்டேஷன் தெரியுதுங்களா இல்லையா?
தெரியுதுங்க
சார் அந்த
சார்.
சிங்கிள் ப்ரோக்ராம் அந்த அந்த ஸ்லைடா சார்?
இப்போ இந்த ஸ்லைட்ல ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ரெண்டாவது இமேஜ் வருது பாருங்க, அதுதான் நானோ ஃபில்டர். ஆஸ்மா அவங்க அம்மாவுக்காக ஃபில்டர் யூஸ் பண்றாங்க. நீங்க மாஸ்க் போடுறீங்கல்ல, ஃபுல் மாஸ்க், அதுக்கு பதிலா நோஸ்ல வந்து இதை மட்டும் போட்டுட்டு இது ஒட்டி எடுத்து தூக்கி எறிஞ்சிடலாம். தட்ஸ் ஹவ் தே யூஸ். ஸ்லைடு விசிபிளா இருக்குங்களா?
எஸ் சார், எஸ் சார்.
ஓகே, ஸோ நோ குட். ஸோ இது வந்து ஒரு சின்ன நானோ ஃபில்டர். ஓகே, யூசிங் நானோ டெக்ஸ்டைல் இது டெக்னாலஜி, தே டெவலப் ஸ்மால் ஃபில்டர். நீங்கள் அப்படியே மூக்கு துவாரத்தில் ஒட்டிட்டு தூக்கி எறிஞ்சிடலாம். 10 ரூபாய் என்னமோ. இட்ஸ் மேட் ஆஃப் டெக்ஸ்டைல் ப்ராடக்ட்ஸ், ஸோ பயோடிகிரேடபிள், ஸோ யூஸ் அண்ட் த்ரோ இஸ் நாட் அ ப்ராப்ளம். 10 ரூபாய், ஸோ யூ கேன் ஈஸிலி. ஸோ அவர் டெல்லியில் அவங்க அம்மாவுக்கோசரம் இதை எவால்வ் பண்ண ஆரம்பித்தார். ஸோ பர்பஸ் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, பொல்யூஷன் அவங்க அம்மா ஹேஸ் அ ப்ராப்ளம். ஸோ அந்த ப்ராப்ளத்தை சால்வ் பண்ணுறதுக்காக ஆரம்பித்த சொல்யூஷன். ஸோ பர்பஸ் டு அட்ரஸ் டு த mother's problem, he evolved with his skill and knowledge. He is a textile engineering guy from IIT Delhi, so he evolved. So அடுத்தது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு ரூம் ஏர் ஃபில்டர் ஐஐடி மெட்ராஸில் பசங்க பண்ணாங்க, படிக்கும்போது ஆரம்பித்த ப்ராஜெக்ட். ஸோ இட் கிளீன்ஸ் ஏர் வித்தின் த க்ளோஸ்டு ரூம். இப்போ கான்ஃபரன்ஸ் ஹால், வீட்டில், எனிவேர் எல்ஸ். ஓகே, இட் ஹேஸ் த மெக்கானிசம் விச் கேன் ஃபில்டர் த ஏர் within. Okay, so it's another same product done by some guy in US, Indian. Okay, so இந்த இதில் இருக்கிறது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இந்தியன் in US MIT படிக்கிறாரு. about 24 or 26 age now, ஏன்னா it's 4-year-old slide. பட் என்னன்னா கண்டென்ட் என்னன்னா, without even a single word spoken, you can interact with the computer, you can order pizza, you can do whatever. It captures the voice which you want to talk about. Okay, நீங்க பேசணும்னு நினைக்கிறத கேப்சர் பண்ணி it does back end la computer helps him to accomplish the task. So இதுல சின்ன வீடியோ இருக்கு.
Instructions, developing a purpose for the touch screen.
ஆடியோ கேக்குதுங்களா? வீடியோ பிக்சர் தெரியுதா?
Yes sir.
I was dying to get in there with Katie and see what they're coming up with for the next generation. What's the largest city in Bulgaria? And what is the population?
Arnav Kapoor is a student. He's 23 years old from India. It's really exciting what he's working on.
Okay, 1.1 million. That is correct.
This is a device that you put on, and it intercepts the electrical signals that your brain sends into your vocal cords and sends that to a computer. And he gets the answer right in his ear through vibrations.
You could be an expert in any subject and the entire internet in your head. That's the idea.
What else should we do besides that? So Scott gets done interviewing Arnav, and we decided to have a little fun. So are you telling me that you can order food without lifting a finger or saying anything?
Let's do it, yeah. We want to order.
Surprise me. And he says, it's asking, what kind of toppings do you want?
A cheese pizza?
Pepperoni?
Let's do some pepperoni pizza. Can it do pepperoni?
Let's try.
Let's try.
Let's do this.
Get out of here. And he's like, okay, pizza's on its way. Should be here soon. We didn't really believe him. So we start packing up our gear, and lo and behold, he says, Peter, your pizza's here. Thank you so much. We got pizza. It's pizza delivered without saying a word or lifting a finger.
ஸோ இதில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா this technology plays a crucial role இல்லையா? நம்ம என்ன வேணாலும் நினைக்கலாம். Here the technology evolved such a way it can capture those things, the thought, whatever the frequency. Okay, vibration வந்து உங்களோட vocal காது கிட்ட ear, nearby ear, you can sense that. It interprets in such a way to understand by the computer. It makes an order. It communicates back that whatever you want to say through vibration again back to your brain, so where you get the acknowledgement. Okay, so அதுதான் திருப்பி பேசுறதை அப்படியே எடுத்து then things happens. So இது good technology. இது எல்லாமே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா whatever I said happened within the campus. This is what we called pre-incubation, which another slide will talk about more on that. So இதுல வந்து who am I-ங்கிறது இதுதான். So where are you அப்படிங்கிறது you have to think of. So இதுதான் life cycle of any startup in innovationsல. So idea, it can start within the college. Okay, research labல invention போகலாம், R&D போகலாம், இல்லை the invention or technology evolve ஆனதை வச்சு we can think about solving a problem. The idea we used to say has a problem which has solution also. That is called an idea. Okay, so அதை எடுத்து ஒரு சின்ன know how do how எப்படி செய்யறது என்ன செய்யறதுன்னு தெரிஞ்சுட்டு we can make proof of concept, ugly prototype or proof of concept at your campus. Then it's good. ஏன்னா நீங்கள் உங்கள் காலேஜில் இருக்க ஃபெசிலிட்டிஸ் எல்லாமே யூஸ் பண்ண முடியும் at free of cost, whatever the consumables, the college will be ready to pay it out. Okay, you have enough time, you don't need to worry about anything else when you are in the campus. So start working on idea, ஒரு POC or prototype பண்ணலாம். அது வந்து பாசிபிள் சொல்யூஷனை நீங்கள் வந்து ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணுறீங்க, அதை செய்ய முடியுமான்னு பார்க்குறீங்க. இட்ஸ் குட். ஸோ தென் கம்ஸ் ரியல் ப்ரீ இன்குபேஷன், வேர் இது வந்து ஒரு கஸ்டமர்கிட்ட கொடுத்து வேலிடேட் பண்ணணும், அசஸ் பண்ணணும். வில் இட் ஈஸ் இட் சால்வ்ஸ் த ப்ராப்ளம், இஸ் இட் சால்வ்ஸ் அ பெயின், இஸ் இட் ஈஸி டு யூஸ், வாட் கஸ்டமர் எக்ஸ்பெக்ட்டுங்கிற அந்த ஹைப்போதிசிஸ் எல்லாமே நீங்கள் வேலிடேட் பண்ணணும். தட்ஸ் கம்ஸ் த ப்ரீ இன்குபேஷன். கஸ்டமர் டிஸ்கவரி, பிவர்ட்டுங்கிறது அதுதான். நீங்கள் திருப்பி பேசி கரெக்ஷன்ஸ், ட்ரையல் அண்ட் எரர் பண்ணி கரெக்ட் பண்ணுறது. தென் கம்ஸ் அ ஸ்மால் நியர் ப்ராடக்ட். ஓகே, எம்விபிங்கிறது மினிமம் வயபிள் ப்ராடக்ட்னு சொல்லுவோம். So this is similar kind of product which can be easily used by the customer, which gives a value for them. Okay, for which they may pay you later. Okay, அதுக்கப்புறம் அந்த சொல்யூஷனை வந்து how you take it up அப்படிங்கிறது இருக்கு. இன்னைக்கு பிஸ்னஸ் மாடல் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ரீசென்ட்லி ஐ வில் ஷேர் வித் பாலு சார், ஒரு 31 மாடல்ஸ் என்னமோ இருக்கு. ஸோ சாஃப்ட்வேரில் ஒரு மாதிரி இருக்குது, ஹார்ட்வேரில் ஒரு மாதிரி இருக்குது, ஃப்ரீபி இருக்குது, நிறையா இருக்குது. ஸோ அந்த பிஸ்னஸ் மாடலில் how you can take that to the solution to a மார்க்கெட், மாஸ் மார்க்கெட் ஸ்கேல் எவ்வளோ கொண்டு போக முடியும், ஃப்ரீயாக கொடுக்கலாமா, எவ்வளோ நாளைக்கு ஃப்ரீயாக கொடுக்கலாம், பிளாட்ஃபார்மாக கொடுக்கலாமா, ஹார்ட்வேரை கொடுத்து ரெண்டல் கொடுக்கலாமா, ப்ராடக்ட் as சர்வீஸ் கொடுக்கலாமா, சாஃப்ட்வேர் as சர்வீஸ் கொடுக்கலாமா, இதெல்லாம் டிஃபைன் பண்ணி தென் யூ வில் ஸ்டார்ட் ஒர்க்கிங் ஆன் லீகலைஸ்லி ஒரு கம்பெனியாக ஆரம்பித்து அது ஸ்கேல் பண்ணுறதுக்கு இன்குபேட்டர் சப்போர்ட் எடுப்பீங்க. தென் யூ வென்ச்சர் அவுட் as a வெரி பிக் என்டர்பிரைஸ் லேட்டர். ஓகே, திஸ் இஸ் த சைக்கிள் ஆக்சுவலாக. இப்போ இந்த ப்ரீ இன்குபேஷன் பேசுனது இப்போ பார்த்த எக்ஸாம்பிள் எல்லாமே the innovation, invention innovation or discovery or innovation. அதுக்கப்புறம் அதை வந்து வேலிடேட் பண்ணுறது வந்து ஒரு பிஓசி ஒரு ப்ரோட்டோடைப் பண்ணி கஸ்டமர்கிட்ட இன்ட்ராக்ட் பண்ணுறது எல்லாமே we can able to do it within the duration of campus. நீங்கள் படிக்கும்போது பண்ணீங்கன்னா that's well and good. And also another thing is those stage is called pre-incubation. Later stage when you start selling it to customer, then scaling அப்படிங்கிறது incubation periodல நடக்கும். So earlier slideல பார்த்தீங்க, I think the feasibility, desirability, viability, everybody, I think assuming that everybody knows business model canvas. So business model canvas la or 9 blocks irukum. So this is how this is grouped. Okay, desirability ங்கிறது யார் கஸ்டமர், அவங்களுக்கு என்ன வேல்யூ, அவங்களுக்கு எப்படி அந்த கஸ்டமர் ரிலேஷன்ஷிப் கொடுப்போம் அப்படிங்கிறது desirability-ல வரும். Feasibility-ல வந்து can the solution be developed, அதுக்கு தேவையான ரிசோர்ஸ் என்ன வேணும், அதுக்கு தேவையான ஆக்டிவிட்டி என்ன பண்ணணும், அதுக்கு தேவையான பார்ட்னர்ஸ் எல்லாம் யாரு to make that solution feasible அப்படிங்கிறது இந்த feasibility காலம்ல வரும். Viability-ங்கிறது as we said expenditure income. ஓகே, அது எவ்வளவு வருது டிஃபரன்ஸ்ங்கிறத பொறுத்து தான் உங்களோட ப்ராஃபிட் மார்ஜின் இருக்கும். ஸோ viability is very much important. Any ideas convert into startup. Okay, so இப்போ by and large another 10 minutes we'll see what ecosystem or the schemes and assistance evolved by state government and central government. அப்புறம் இன்குபேட்டர்ல என்ன, இன்குபேட்டர்ல என்ன மாதிரி சப்போர்ட் கிடைக்குங்கிறது. So the government of India AICT has national student startup policy. So 2020, I think every institution has their own student startup policy. Another வந்து இது எல்லாமே எதுக்கு அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, it's to start working on campus startup both by students and faculty or together. So Tamil Nadu has earlier had a one startup policy, and then I think now they had a small brainstorming and they are going to come up with 23-25 startup policy shortly. So this is the ecosystem within the campus. Okay, so pathina students club, e-cell, innovation club, whatever name it be, it encourages students in innovation and also entrepreneurship. Okay, now the new thing is by and large in Tamil Nadu la pathina 90 institution has IIC cell. Okay, which predominantly supports and encourage students to think on good ideas. Various workshops, training programs, awareness camps happens under the IIC, which will be a pipeline for incubators. So good ideas out of this IIC innovation activity will be a pipeline to incubator to support them at incubation stages. Okay, this is the stages where we say. So incubation center la pathinga appadina, those new things happens. It does not happen in a day. Okay, we are nearly a 2-decade old incubator. Okay, so we are supported nearly about 120 startups. Every startup has 2 to 3 years of journey. Okay, from idea stage to or startup stage ku varadhukku at least 2 years to 3 years aagum. So it doesn't happen in a day. That's where we say start thinking on idea with the problem and solution while you are in college. That too, if you are able to do that by second year, then you can do trial and error, validate those assumptions, validate those solutions. When you are graduating with the final year project, that solution as a final year project, then you can spin it off as a startup when you graduate. Where we like incubation center like Kongu, we have about 80 or so incubation centers in Tamil Nadu who can support you. Okay, so that's how things happens real time. So normally incubation center, that's technology business incubator. So there are various incubation centers. From predominantly DST supporting incubation center focus on science and technology. Okay, normal other things can't be supported. So will be focusing more on science and technology based solutions which can solve a problem that has a potential to scale in another 2 to 3 years. Then we support them. Okay, so capability of any incubation center varies and everybody has their own trust areas. Okay, our focus is on electronics ICT, which is now IoT deep tech we used to say. We support them on that level. It's a sector agnostic TBA, so it can be from agri, food, biomedical, whatever may be, chemical, waste management, it can be, but it has to have solution in such a way electronics ICT plays a key role in it. So if such a idea comes in, then we will support them. Okay,
Sir, you are muted, sir.
Sorry. So normally any incubation center has these facilities, okay, physical space, so you can come and start working on day one. So we have facilities, computer science, table chairs, the basic infrastructure, and also lab facilities related to electronics ICT. Every TBA has their own trust area, biomedical, agri, food, okay, life science. For such type of incubation center exist in Tamil Nadu. They have their own lab space where you can go and use it, okay, by paying nominal cost for usage. Okay, and then another thing is mentoring, in-house mentoring as a institution faculty will mentor the students or startups, anybody from outside, and then also industry mentors there are to support you. There are committees, various committees to support and review the project progress, and also there are funding schemes from 1 lakh to few crores, okay, and also market connectivity, networking, add-on service, how to form a company, how to make an account, how to file a patents. Okay, these are all the facilities supported by any incubation centers. So in Congo, we have got from 5 lakhs to 50 lakhs of funding assistance. Okay, we have good technology partners, ecosystem partners to support, and funding partners also. So if you have good idea, I think campus fund is one such a initiative by students in UK, by an Indian who is a graduate of IIM Bangalore, a lady. So they fund nearly about 50 lakhs for any student startups from the campus while they are studying. Even if they graduate within 2 years, if they have good idea, they support. So funding is not a problem. We are very lacking in ideas that is scalable, good, innovative ideas. That's a problem to us. Okay. And these are all the various stages, various funding things happens. So you might have come across bootstrapping to Series A, private equity, and then IPO things. These are all various stages, various funding means through which you can raise amount whatever you need. Okay, at various stage of product. Okay, idea stage la product validation stage la product market growth merger. Scaling across globe அப்படின்னா அதுக்கு தனி ஃபண்டிங் இருக்கு. Okay, these are all funding stages anywhere. So these are small glimpse of what 10,000 grant ல இருந்து இருக்கு, government of Tamil Nadu gives. Okay, students project scheme அதுல இருந்து ஐடெக்ஸ்ல பாத்தீங்கன்னா 1.5 கோடி ரூபாய் வரலும் வாங்கலாம். I think they rise to 10 crores. So fund doesn't stops any innovation. Fund is enormous or available. Okay, இது ஒரு good example where we supported 10 lakhs or so, nearly 10 lakhs, less than 10 lakhs. ஒரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட் ஸ்டார்ட் அப் பயோமெடிக்கல் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் ஃப்ரம் மெட்ராஸ். அவங்க வந்து ஒரு ஸ்டார்ட் அப் கான்டெஸ்ட்ல வந்து தமிழ்நாடு ஸ்டூடெண்ட் ஸ்டார்ட் அப் இன்னோவேஷன் சேலஞ்சில் அப்ளை பண்ணாங்க. ஃபோர்ஸ் குமரகூரில் இருக்கிற ஸ்டார்ட் அப் அவங்க வந்து ஹோஸ்ட் பண்ணாங்க. அங்கே இருக்கிற ஒரு டெக்னிக்கல் பர்சன் வந்து அசிஸ்ட் பண்ணாங்க. லேட்டர் ஹி குட் த ஜாப். இந்த ஐடியா என்ன அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, நான் இன்வேசிவ் குளுக்கோஸ், ஓகே, மானிட்டரிங் டிவைஸ். யூ வில் see the video, you will understand. So அது வந்து அந்த ஐடியா they pitched to us, we supported with few lakhs. அதுக்கப்புறம் they got chance to participate in Shark Tank. They got fundraise of 56 lakhs. Parallelly they got Startup India seed fund about 45 lakhs. They are working from Hyderabad right now. Okay, so small video, you can just have a look.
यही था मेरे पूरा 20 साल। मैं डायबिटीज के साथ ही जन्मी। I promised my dad, no one will take pain like me.
इसलिए हम आपके सामने प्रस्तुत करते हैं इजी लाइफ, नो ब्रेक, नो ब्रेक और नो पे आपका ग्लूकोज लेवल को चेक करते हैं। आपकी क्या उम्र थी जब आपने प्रॉमिस किया?
I'm just sick.
मेरे भारत की बेटी, आपसे मिलकर मैं बड़ा छोटा महसूस कर रहा हूँ। Represents Shark Tank India.
ஸோ பார்த்துருப்பீங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். எவ்ரி பிளட் குளுக்கோஸ் டெஸ்ட் பண்ணுறதுன்னா ஒரு சின்ன நீடில் குத்தி எடுத்து ரத்த எடுத்து வச்சு டெஸ்ட் பண்ணணும். ஸ்பெயின் டேக்கிங் ப்ராசஸ். சி இஸ் ஒன் ஆஃப் டயபெட்டிக் பேஷண்ட் ஃப்ரம் சைல்ட்ஹுட். ஸோ சி நோஸ் த பெயின். ஓகே, த பர்பஸ் ஃபார் திஸ் இன்னோவேஷன். ஓகே, இந்தியா வந்து இட்ஸ் நோன் ஃபார் டயபெட்டிக் வேர்ல்டு. ஸோ எவ்ரி ஹவுஸ் ஹோல்டு அட்லீஸ்ட் 1 or 2 இஸ் டயபெட்டிக். So everybody has to have the glucose meter checker. அதுக்கப்புறம் இன்சுலின் எடுப்பாங்க, இல்லைன்னா டேப்லெட் எடுப்பாங்க. ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் வேர் த டெக்னாலஜி இஸ் ஹெல்ப்டு ஹர் டு evolve with small device. Okay, they are now fundraising இருக்காங்க. We are also helping them. ஸோ இது வந்து அடுத்தது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அனதர் ஸ்கீம்ஸ் லைக் ஃபுட் இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா தேர் கேரளா கப்புள்ஸ் நவ் இன் பெங்களூர் பனானா ஸ்டெம்மை வந்து வாழைத்தண்டை நறுக்கிறதுல தெர் இஸ் நோ மிஷின் இன்வால்வ். ஸோ தே ப்ரொபோஸ்ட் சொல்யூஷன். We supported them. They have this machine now placed at Bangalore. They ship tons of banana stems to household. The packaging technology, they are not high technocrats. So they got some technologies licensed from an institution, NIT. So they use that technology to pack this food, ship it for a day consumption. So fresh one day la consume பண்ற மாதிரி pack பண்ணி they are selling it. So this type of machinery innovation was supported by us. So then another one under IVP, it's a biodegradable plate making. இங்கே பக்கத்தில் நம்ம ஈரோடு பக்கமாக இருக்க ஒரு லேடி என்டர்பிரினர். Okay, so lady woman business person, so traditional normal business she does. So she wants to make a machine to make that biodegradable plate from the waste, from the agri waste. So one of our faculty guided them. They evolved this machine through grant from EDA. Okay, students வந்து இன்வால்வ் ஆனாங்க சப்போர்ட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு. Any incubation center, okay, incubation period illa, they will have this machinery to make use of this machinery to solve a problem or evolve a device. Okay? So these are a few machineries which are available in Kongu. Okay? This is overall glance about what TBA done in the last 20 years. So nearly 120 startups, aluminum women-led startups, over 110 products, funding about 8 crores to 80 beneficiaries. இதெல்லாம் டிப் ரெஜிஸ்டர்ட் ஸ்டார்ட் அப், கவர்மெண்ட் ரெகனைஸ்டு ஸ்டார்ட் அப் சர்டிஃபிகேட்டு, ஐபி.
Sir, meeting is muted, sir.